Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash. What you see on your screen, man, is the Shalakia, the Roman Empire, the empire of the Edomite, right? All Western nations descend from the Romans, right? It's by William Beeston. This book was written, originally published in 1858, right? This book is going to reveal the wickedness of who Esau Edom is. The truth is out, and they can't do anything about it. So let's get right into it. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 8. Let me read it through it says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away," right? So right now the Most High has already said it in works that where their own tongue is going to fall upon themselves, right? Well, let's go right into this book right quick. Let's take a look at something. Let's take a look at something right quick. Says, let me adjust this camera right quick. Slakia says neither from the Greek nor Roman, but from the despised Jew, that it has been preserved to us in the Jewish Targums, that it exists amidst fables and impieties and absurdities and the blasphemies of the Jewish Talmud. Now, we don't use the Jewish Talmud. That's witchcraft, off Babylonian, right? That it may be comprehended in these 20 words. The Romans came from Esau, who is Edom, and Italy is the Idumea, Rome the Basra of the Hebrew prophets, right? So this book is letting you know that the ancient Romans, who are the modern day Americans, are Edomites, right? Check this out. It says, found Rome and the Roman Empire at length entirely overturned the Jewish state, the second temple being destroyed by Titus, right? Titus Vespasian, the professing the religion of Jesus Christ, which you know is not his name. It says, when they were the first of all nations to embrace, they hold Jacob in captivity till Messiah ben David shall appear, right? Let's see. And it says what? They sacked the second temple, right? Let's get this history book, right? This is From Babylon to Timbuktu by Rudolph R. Windsor, right? Black historian, so-called black historian. Most I put the spirit on this brother to do research and find out our true nationality, right? And we just read in this Edomite book that General Titus Vespasian attacked Jerusalem, right? Check this out. It says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter during the period of military governors of Palestine. Many outrageous and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Now he had to put that in there to appease whoever the person who produced this book or published this book for him. But they were not black Jews; they were Israelite slaves, right? Check this out. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone, right? Prophecy. Let's go back to this. I want to bring out something. It says, the three first beasts, or the empires of the Babylonians, the Persians, and the Macedonians, having successfully passed away, the fourth beast or kingdom of the prophecy stood revealed in the iron domination of the Romans. It says, and to consistent inquiry, whence came the Romans, right? That's where the Romans came from, and that fourth beast, right? It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, came out of the land of Chittim, had spent Darius, king of Persians and Medes, and he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece, right? So verse 10, right? It says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been hostage at Rome. And he reigned 137 years of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days there went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we have departed from them, we have had much sorrow, right? Let's see what I wanted. So the Greeks are Edomites, the Romans are Edomites, right? Let's see. Let's see what I want. There's a reason why they took the Apocrypha out of the Bible, man, because it tells about the wickedness, tells about how the wickedness has polluted the whole land, how wickedness has increased, right? Let me see if I can get this right quick. Salakia. Let's go back to verse 1 or verse 2. And made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth and went through the ends of the earth and took spoil of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exalted and his heart was lifted up, and he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick and perceived he would die, that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had brought up with him. Salakia. Let me start over. It says, and he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable, and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while yet he alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule, one in his place. After his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so that their sons after them, and evils were multiplied in the earth, right? So when the Edomites came into power, what evils was multiplied in the earth? Who are the Edomites? Your modern day Americans, man. Matter of fact, let me get another precept, because they use the same game plan. They don't change. Let's see. Just like Alexander multiplied kingdoms unto itself, Babylon the Great has done the same thing, right? It's the book of Habakkuk. Okay, chapter 2, let's start at verse 4. It says, Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that hath laded himself with thick clay, right? Shall they not rise up suddenly, and shall bite thee, and awake at thy and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, right? Well, once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and much respect to the brothers around the world teaching the truth and sincerity, right? And amen. The wickedness of Esau is being revealed, and he's being revealed in this day. Matter of fact, let me get one more precept before I close this out. One more. Salakia. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the end, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased, right? Knowledge is being increased right now. If you don't know what's going on, it's because you choose not to know what's going on. And that just reminded me, Salakia, one more precept. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 85 and verse 11. Truth shall spring out of the earth, and righteousness shall look down from heaven, right? So truth is springing out from the earth. The Most High is revealing this man of sin in all ways, shape, and form. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Shalom.